Welcome to the Positive Mindset Podcast. My name is Henry Lawrence, and I'm really excited about this message because if you are someone that feels lost, if you thought you had a plan, if you thought you had a way forward and it has broken apart, shattered in front of your eyes, this is the episode for you because we're going to talk about why that happens and how it's actually for you. And stay tuned to the very end because we're going to do a deep, healing, meditative breath to help us align on this message and move forward throughout the day. If you're someone that has worked hard, if you're pushing forward, if you see your life as it is, but you want it to go somewhere, whether that's in your career, in your relationships, in your personal health journey, wherever your travels may lead you, if you want to go somewhere and you have a plan, you think that it's going to go like X, Y, and Z to get to this place, and then it shatters, you have to understand that the universal truth of it's happening for you is still true. If you have a relationship with somebody and you want it to go somewhere, you want to be with this person and it get to this place, but then it shatters, you have to understand it's for you. If you want to build your career and you want to get to this job, this title, this accomplishment, and it shatters, it's for you. If you want to build a business and you think that this is the way to get there and it shatters, it's for you. And this is why clarity is not what you thought was being the thing. Clarity is seeing the thing for what it truly is. So when you level up your energy and you start to see from your new self, your higher self, meaning you took the steps to move forward, you're walking forward in your path, and all of a sudden what you thought was the way is no longer the way. It's not that you were wrong, you were just seeing from your current perspective, but you've leveled up. And if you're upset at the destruction of the path before, then you're going to become upset at growth. This will stop you from growing. Because people don't want to think that they're failing. People don't want to think that they're having setbacks. So when you thought you had a way, then you find out it's not the way. If you look at that in a negative point of view, you will defeat yourself. When you realize that everything is for you and this thing that you thought would work is no longer working, it's because of your level up, not because of your failure. You see, when you try to do something, when you start moving forward, not chasing something, but in the law of attraction terms, becoming the thing that will attract the thing, and then the path is different, it's because you are different. You are becoming more of the thing that you're trying to achieve. And when you become more of the thing that you try to achieve, the path becomes clear. It does not become more of what you thought it was. And this is probably one of the hardest things, and I've done a few episodes on this, and it was probably a week or two ago, on loyalty. We celebrate loyalty, like loyalty is the greatest thing in the world, and sometimes it is. But when you have loyalty to the wrong things, whether it's a person, place, a thing, an idea, you will stay in alignment with that because the law of attraction says like attracts like. So if you're loyal to your current position, your current job, that sounds like a great thing. But if you want to become something more, if you want to be an entrepreneur, if you want to travel the world, then that loyalty will keep you there. The number one loyalty is to oneself, to one's higher self, to the calling of uplifting yourself, not achieving the things, but becoming the type of person that can. You see, if you are bestowed with a vision, if God loves you enough to put a vision in your head that's so big that you can't even talk about it to most people, to not be loyal to that first is letting yourself down. Is letting the universe down, because when you are loyal to that, the path that you thought would be will no longer be. Because the path that you thought would be was from your lower frequency self. Do you think the lower version of yourself that you're evolving and growing from has the answers? No. Otherwise, you would already have it. If you don't have the thing, that means you're not the thing. So when you get closer to becoming it, and then the path starts to change, celebrate it. Say, thank God that what I thought was no longer true and that I see it closer. Thank God that I destroyed this path that wouldn't have got me there, because the path that I saw was from other people that hadn't succeeded as well. You see, if you're chasing this old way of doing, then you'll be like every single other person that doesn't have it. But as you move, as you grow, as you shift, the perspective of what you're seeing is no longer from below, but slowly comes from beside. And you realize, oh, if I want to be with or be this type of person, it's this way. It's like when you first want to start getting into fitness, you want to start losing weight, getting healthy. The path there you think is one way. And then you start learning about nutrition. You start learning about exercise. You start learning about healthy habits and you realize, oh, the path I thought is incorrect. Well, of course it was incorrect because the path you thought was based upon your current frequency, your current pattern of understanding. But as you shift, you start seeing different ways, and not only are you able to receive it quicker, but you're able to start receiving it with ease. You are meant to succeed, not succeed in physical success. Like, of course, you can accomplish the things, but you're meant to succeed in becoming. Becoming. The law of attraction says like attracts like. So when you're experiencing the experience that you desire in alignment with your internal state, everything feels like one. To get to oneness, you must destroy anything that is not in alignment with it. It's a good thing. The things that are in alignment with you now will no longer work out when you level up. That's why most people don't level up. It's hard to let go of a friend. It's hard to let go of an idea. It's hard to let go of a belief. It's hard to let go of a love. It's hard to let go of anything that feels good right now. That's why they're the strongest anchors in your life. And the thing is, they're not bad for being what they are. They're not wrong for being what they are. But they are what they are. And you have to destroy the connection. It can't be a conditional connection. There can't be a sometimes connection. There can't be a weekend connection. Can't be a monthly connection. There can't be, well, in this mood, like when I only go out, then that's when I have a cigarette, or when I do this, that's it. No, it cannot be conditional, because then you'll get the conditional result. Law of attraction, like is like. So if you want to know what growth looks like, it is not celebrations as far as ease. It is going through the pain of being wrong, the pain of seeing things one way and recognizing, oh, it's different. Being able to pivot sets you free. You see, if you can't pivot from an idea, if you can't shift, you are stuck. You are stagnant. You are dead. But if you can grow, if you can float, if you can perceive, you are alive. You are free. You are flowing. You are energy that never stays still. So don't create a pattern that keeps you there. Nothing should look the same over time. The way forward should not look the same as it did a year ago. If it does, your existence is equivalent to death. It's not expanding. So it's okay when the way you thought doesn't work anymore. It's okay when what you thought doesn't align anymore. It's okay. That doesn't mean it's not going to hurt. It doesn't mean it's not going to be hard sometimes to let go of beliefs and patterns and ways that you thought would do it, because you probably loved it. You were probably excited about it. You were probably enthused, fueled, inspired, everything, because you thought, when I do this, then I get to here. When I get to here, then I can get to there, and to get to there, and get to there. You thought that you knew the steps. But the steps are not the goal. It's who you become when you create the thing that you desire. And so many of us get lost in the ego of thinking we know best instead of focusing on being best and letting the universe do what it's supposed to do. The universe is free. The law of attraction has zero resistance. It doesn't have feelings. It doesn't have desires. It doesn't have ego. It barely has anything at all except for you. So if you're not closer to what it is that you desire, it's because you're holding on to something that you desire more. And that's being right. It's something that I have struggled with in my entire life. Being right is a trick. It disguises as comfort. It disguises as logic. It disguises as comfort of, this is what most people would do. Nobody would blame me if I did this. Well, these are all the reasons why I can't make that decision. These are all the reasons why I didn't. These are all the reasons why it worked for them, but not for me. I've done it. I have given myself the power to not succeed in growth because I've gotten really good at justifying the current reality, the current belief of what would work, even though deep down, I know when I take that step. Because when I take this step, I realize that nothing was as I thought it was. And once you realize that nothing is as you think it is, it frees you to allow you to perceive it as it actually is. So we're going to take a deep breath. And when we breathe in, I want you to focus in on your path. Think about where it is you want to go, whether it's a person, place, a thing, something you want to create, something you want to have, something you want to experience. Think about that thing. If you want to build the biggest building in the world, envision that. If you want to have just a big happy family, envision that. If you want to have a boat, if you want to live in the woods, if you want to travel the world, whatever this vision is, when you breathe in, just view it. And as you breathe in, allow that one thing to expand. Allow it to be in your head. It doesn't have to make sense, just allow it to expand. And then when you exhale, allow any belief about it to fade and only see it. Connect with the thing. Erase the path. Erase the belief that you're correct. Only see the thing. Connect with it. Let it speak to you. It will tell you what you need to do. It will tell you who you need to be. It will lead you to discomfort in what is. When you start realizing that you want to achieve something, you become very clear and very aware of what doesn't align in your life. What most of us do when we face the things that don't align, we put our head in the sand. We get comfortable again because we don't want that resistance. We don't want those confrontations. We don't want that struggle. So give yourself this freedom. So pick the thing, we'll take the deep breath, enlarge it in your mind, hold your breath and connect with it, and exhale and allow it to be the only thing in your perception. Let's go ahead and take a deep breath in. And out. Being is being. Most of us don't need to know more. Most of us need to let go. I know for me, that's the biggest setback. Letting go of what feels safe. Letting go of patterns and beliefs that have kept me, quote unquote, safe. Your vision is calling. Your desire is calling. Your growth is calling. So let's rise up and become the rising tide that lifts all ships. Well, thank you so much for listening. I hope this episode was impactful and gave you a different perspective on whatever it is that you're going through. If you want to make sure you don't miss a single episode, make sure you subscribe to my email list. There's a link down below. It'll keep you up to date with every single episode. And if you want to follow me on social media, there's my Instagram and TikTok down below. I appreciate all the follows there. Well, thank you so much for listening. Have a great day, and I can't wait to talk to you next time.